Greetings, fellow humans. Katrina here. Quick disclaimer, I'm a professional, not your professional. Nothing I'm about to say should be taken as medical, legal, or otherwise advice. This podcast is purely for education and amusement. That is it. Disclaimer over. So today I thought I'd talk a little bit about what I don't know about repressing feelings, which can present as a form of dissociation. If you don't know that word, go Google it. I won't go into all the ways that people dissociate, but I want to read today from the identity papers in the Big Red Book. What is the Big Red Book? Glad you asked. It is similar to the Big Blue Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. It's basically foundational literature for the program. It's a 12-step program called Adult Children of Alcoholics and Other Dysfunctional Families. This excerpt comes from page 87, and the subheading reads, Repressing Feelings to Survive. Here we go. To survive in the midst of confusion and to have any sense of control, adult children must distance or dissociate from their feelings of panic and fear. There are three forms of dissociation. The first uses the functional defenses of the mind to deny or distort the painful reality by repressing, projecting, or rationalizing the feelings that are causing the pain. Using a substance to alter the feelings is the second way to dissociate from feeling pain. The most easily available substances are alcohol, sugar, nicotine, and caffeine. A final form of dissociation uses negative excitement to keep us unaware of a deeper fear. By focusing our attention on phobias, obsessions, dreams, and taboos, and compulsively tensing in response to these fears, we force the body to build a protective physical armor and to produce adrenaline, endorphins, and melatonin to chemically block the perception of pain. All three forms of the dissociation keep us imprisoned in a narrow and familiar range of behavior, never reaching the extremes of panicked exhaustion or of collapse into suicidal despair. So the identity papers is a really useful tool in that program, Adult Children of Alcoholics. If you're related to that reading at all, you might go check out their website, adultchildren.org. All right, that is all I have about repressing feelings for today. Now it is time for the news. No, not today's news, but news from a century ago. Today's news comes from the New York Tribune, March 25th, 1922. I know it's Friday when this comes out, but the 25th was actually a Saturday back in 1922. The first big headline reads, Four-Power Treaty Ensuring Pacific Peace Ratified. 32 roll calls of changes. Final vote is 67 to 27. It actually gives a good breakdown of the bipartisan support. 55 total Republicans and 12 Democrats voted for the treaty. And of the 27 opposed, there were 23 Democrats and 4 Republicans. And I know I said I wouldn't talk about today's news, but if you haven't heard, the current Senate has voted to kind of do away with daylight savings time. I thought that would be pretty cool. And that would happen in 2023, I believe. Okay, back to the past. The next headline reads, Love Masked Bandit robs 3 in home. Victims lined up one by one as they appear at the front door. So this headline I thought was a bit misleading, and that may have just been my interpretation, but my first thought was 3 different homes were robbed. The article actually describes the 3 victims, and they were all in the same home. It was a father, a mother, and their son. Luckily, they all survived. The father heard the doorbell, and when he answered, there was a masked bandit, that's the word they used, masked bandit, that shoved his way into the home and held the 3 at gunpoint until he was done collecting their valuables. He made off with over $200, which was a lot of money back then, 2 diamond rings, and a necklace. And apparently he had cut their phone line before he entered, so they couldn't even call for help. Yikes. You never know who will be at the front door when someone shows up unannounced. The page that's full of all of the advertisements and things, it has prices for like $5.50 for a sweater and coats for $12.95. And these are nice items. I did find one pricey item that I couldn't even see myself paying that much for in today's economy. and that is the fox scarf, which they describe as the spring necklace. And yes, the was italicized in the paper for emphasis. All right. That is all the news that I have for today. I hope you found this either educational or amusing, maybe even both. That'd be cool. If you want to support the show, click the button on the website or Cashapp Katrina Dragon. I really do appreciate each and every one of you simply for existing.